Drugs, money, and violence, all trademarks of the Mexican cartels. As their criminal empire grows south of the Rio Grande, guns are becoming a more important tool for the cartels.
But Mexico has strict gun laws. In fact, there's only one gun store in that entire country.
So how are the cartels getting their hands on enough high-powered weapons to shoot it out with the Mexican army and U.S. border agents? In some cases, seemingly ordinary U.S. citizens.
News 4 San Antonio's Stacey Cameron has the details in tonight's Troubleshooters investigation.
A small army of ATF agents are orchestrating a battle against drug cartels in Mexico, a battle that begins in San Antonio.
Individuals trying to purchase firearms in and around this area and trying to get them across the border to Mexico.
ATF agent Bart Mora.
With the drug cartels rising and combating the Mexican army, the Mexican feds, the U.S. law enforcement here on the side of the border, they need the firearms for their business.
And agent Chris Robinson.
It's typically assault weapons, but it can be just about anything.
Say gun trafficking is no longer about arming cartels. Instead, firearms are a currency now greater than the mighty dollar.
Your average person here in Texas may pay $800 for an AR-15. That gun crosses over into Mexico, could go from anywhere from $2,400 to $5,000.
And cartels know the ATF is watching them try and move those guns across the Rio Grande.
Every time we change our tactics for detection, the cartels will change their tactics for making purchases.
So the cartels went out and found a partner, says Robinson, one willing to help traffic high-powered weapons to Mexico. It turns out that criminal partner is right here in San Antonio.
Very well-known gangs here on the street that are working to acquire guns and move them south to the drug cartels.
In most cases, a gang member can't legally buy weapons, so they use the lure of easy money.
Promise that they'll pay them anywhere from $50 to $200 per firearm purchased.
To get ordinary, innocent-looking folks.
It can be a banker, it could be your mom, it could be your priest.
A college kid, it could be your grandmother, could be your grandfather, it could be that mother of six that lives right down the street from you that needs money right now.
To walk into a gun shop, buy high-powered firearms, then hand them over to traffickers. It's called a straw purchase, and behind me are the names of 20 straw purchasers taken down in the largest gun trafficking bust in Bexar County history. Among them, 9 women, including housewives. All pled guilty to a federal crime that carries serious prison time.
Anywhere from 5 to 10 years, which depends on your criminal history as well.
Working with local police and Homeland Security, the ATF expects current operations in Texas alone will keep an arsenal of 3,000 weapons from crossing the border this year.
We haven't really seen any of the big seizures lately because, like I said, every time we change our tactics, they change theirs.
The latest tactical shift? Street gangs are giving straw purchasers a pile of cash and telling them pick up just one weapon at a time from multiple gun shops.
Where we used to catch them easily in the past is you would go in and after they buy 5 to 10 guns at a time. Well, that's easy for us to identify.
Spreading out straw buys may make it harder for the ATF to track the crime, but it isn't slowing the agency's determination to stop the trafficking of guns to Mexico. So here in San Antonio, what is the single biggest factor working against the ATF when it comes to straw purchasing? Well, it's money. You see, down in Mexico, street gangs can get the cartels to pay 3 to 5 times the amount of money it takes to buy a weapon here in Texas. So with that kind of cash, street gangs find it easy to recruit people to make straw buys. And the ATF tells me right now there are at least 8 street gang cells working to make those illegal buys and traffic weapons down to Mexico. In San Antonio, I'm News 4 troubleshooter Stacey Cameron.